Hello neighbor, this is Curt with etrailer, and today we're going to take a look at the DeeZee Rough Step running boards, and we're going to see how they fit and how they install on our 2025 Chevy Silverado 2500. Now running boards are a great way to cut down how high that step up is into your vehicle. And in the case of the 2500, we actually have a lot of lift off of the ground, so having something that's going to really knock that down is going to help you out getting in and out safely. And in the case of the Rough Step, this is a really nice running board for anybody that likes to use their Silverado for work purposes, especially because of this industrial grating that they put on here that's going to make an excellent boot scrape and an excellent grip as far as not, being able to slip on and off of it. It's got a matte finish black powder coat over steel, so it's very sturdy and it's going to give us a 350-pound weight capacity. It's also going to have a 7-inch wide step, which is pretty generous compared to a lot of running boards. So you won't have to worry if you have a wider foot or a larger shoe size of being able to fit up and down on these running boards. So when it comes to this graded surface, it's also well perforated. There are holes through this everywhere, and there's really no flat surfaces. And the idea behind this is that any kind of water, mud, ice, snow, whatever it might be, is just going to run off and fall right through. So you're not going to have to worry about any kind of pooling up or anything on it, and it's also going to make it very easy to just hose off and clean. So let's take a look at just how much this is going to help us with getting in and out of our Silverado. From the ground to the door threshold here, if we had no running board at all, we'd be looking at a step up of about 27 inches. That's a pretty generous leap up from the ground. It's a bit over 2 feet, and I don't think anybody wants to do that over and over, no matter how tall you are. With the running boards on, we're going to reduce that step to about 17 inches. So we're going to take 10 inches off of that, and that's just going to make it really easy to get in and out of your truck safely. It's only a 3-bracket, no-drill installation. It's going to use the existing mounts that are already underneath your Silverado. So stick around and we'll show you exactly how we got these on our truck today. To begin our install, let's talk a little bit first about our mounting location. Now there are 6 pre-drilled mounting points underneath your Silverado 2500. If you don't have running boards already on the truck, you're going to find these plugs. So you'll find a plug and then one of the same size directly above it, and that's how you would locate them. Now I am back here toward the truck bed end. We are actually replacing factory running boards today. So luckily our mounting points are already exposed for us. But I had mentioned that there are 6 mounting points. We're back here by the bed. So we see our 4th, 5th, and 6th mounting points back here. Toward the front of the truck, we're going to find it kind of in the same pattern. You'll find one up by the front, and then a short space back, you'll find another one, and then another one kind of close behind it. The mounting locations that we're going to use, because we're using 3 brackets, and out of those 6 mounting locations, if we start from the front of the truck, we'll be using the first mounting location, skipping the second, using the third, skipping the fourth, skipping the fifth, and using the 6th. So we're going to go ahead and grab our bracket. Now it's important to realize too that the brackets aren't side specific to the driver or the passenger side. So just grab whichever of the 6 that you want to and go ahead and put it up just like this. Now if you have plugs in these locations because you didn't have a running board on it before, you'll have to take these off using a flathead screwdriver or a trim tool or a combination of both. But with that undone and your bolt holes exposed, go ahead and just set the bracket up there just like that and grab 2 of these bolts here. These bolts have a washer attached to it already, and you could just go ahead and hold your bracket up, and I'm just going to hand thread this in for now just to keep it up and in place. And I'm just going to get it not tight, just a little bit snug. I still want to be able to move it a little bit. Help me get in this second bolt, which is going to be up here at the top and going inward. So if I get that started, come around and go ahead and tighten that in as well. Now again, I'm looking to get these snug, not completely tight all the way. I want to have a little bit of maneuverability in this bracket for when I get the running board on it. It's just going to help it line up a little bit easier if I have a little bit of play in these. So with our brackets all in place, go ahead and grab one of your running boards. Now these aren't side specific either to driver or passenger, so go ahead and grab whichever one is first out of the box. The hardware that you're going to need, you're going to want to grab a 7/16 wrench along with a 7/16 socket, 3 of these mounting plates. The hardware is all going to be a black finish, so it'll be really easy to spot. You're going to need 9 of these bolts, 18 flat washers, 9 lock washers, and 9 nuts. Now the first thing that you want to do is go ahead and take your plate, and through the open end here on the running board, we're going to just slide these 3 plates in. It can be a little bit of a tight fit, so you might have to angle them some. But go ahead and slide those in. And once you do that, just kind of roughly line your board up to about how you want it to be on the truck. So at this point, you know, we've got the mud flaps up at the front. I'm just going to make sure it's not going out beyond that. And all I'm going to do is kind of just roughly put these plates close to where the brackets are going to be, where they're going to attach. Once I do that, I'm going to just grab my board, turn it over, and I'm going to rest it up on my bracket. Now, we can see through the top here, we've got our plate and we've got our bracket. So what we want to do is just kind of slide it over until we get these bolt holes lined up. It might be that we have to move it in and out a little bit to do it as well. But once we have it lined up, what we're going to do at that point is we will go ahead and take a bolt and washer. And in each of these plates, we're going to drop 3 of these in. And we're going to do this on each of our 3 plates. Now at this point, you do have a little bit of freedom to move your board forward and back or closer or further away from the vehicle. Personally, I like having my running boards a little bit further out. I just want to be able to have as much of the step as possible for my use. As far as how far forward or back I've got the front of it lined up right up with this door seam right here. I do have room to move it forward a little bit, but I kind of like the idea of having a little bit more step back there toward the bed. Even though we do have that factory step in the bed right there, I kind of like the idea of just having a little extra step up to get in and out of there. Now I'm going to take a flat washer, lock washer, and a nut. And for each of my bolts, all 9 of them, I'm going to put it on flat washer first, then lock washer, and then I'm going to go ahead and just thread on the nut. And I'm just going to kind of snug it up by hand to start with. And I'm going to do this on each of those 9 bolts. And with my 9 bolts in place, I'm going to take my 7/16" wrench. I'm going to brace the top bolt. And using my socket wrench from the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and get that tightened down really well. Once you've got all 9 of those bolts on the board tightened down completely, go ahead and grab your 13mm socket and tighten down, completely tighten down the brackets onto your vehicle. Now, there are no torque specs provided by DeeZee for either of these bolt locations, so my advice would be just tighten them down as much as you can using the socket wrench you have available. And once you get all your bolts tightened down, that's really it for the installation. And if after watching this video, you decide that this is still a little bit more than you want to take on as far as the install goes, go ahead and check out our dealer locator. It'll help you find an installer near you that can help you get these running boards on your Silverado 2500. And if after watching this video you've got some questions still, or maybe you went ahead and purchased them and got them installed, go ahead and share those questions and share your experience with them in the comments below. We would love to show other neighbors just like you all about it so they can make the best decision for themselves. Once again, this is Curt with eTrailer. Thanks for stopping by.